And what's good, everyone? Glad to have you guys back at the stream. Welcome in once again as we're back live on Behind the Arc Basketball tonight. Great matchup, rivalry game, Cy-Hawk rivalry here, in-state matchup between the Iowa Hawkeyes versus the Iowa State Cyclones. The shock of all college basketball this season. Iowa State undefeated 8-0, ranked in the top 25 at number 17. 5-0 on their home court. Iowa with a record of 7-2. They've lost the last two games against Big Ten opponents. They played number 1 ranked Purdue close at Mackey Arena on Friday, and then they lost by 4 against Illinois. So 2 close games, haven't been able to pull it out for Iowa. We'll see if the third time is a charm tonight, but man, what a shock for these Cyclones this season. Entering this matchup, top 15 in steals per game. This should be a really great matchup with these two teams. Iowa, number 5 offense, putting up over 90 points per game this season, led by the top scorer at all college basketball, Keegan Murray. What's good? Bradley, Kevin, West Virginia prodigy, Behind the Arc fan, welcome to the stream, guys. Once again tonight, this should be a really good matchup going on between these two teams in this game. Iowa State coming off 4 victories against major conference opponents, beating Oregon State, Xavier by 12, Memphis by 19, and they won their last game on the road in Omaha at Creighton, 64-58, the final. This is the first out of 6 games at home for Iowa State. And ball security is going to be a huge piece, I feel like, in this matchup today. Iowa comes in number 1 in the nation, fewest turnovers per game, averaging under 8 turnovers per game for the Hawkeyes. Joe Toussaint, the point guard, has 37 assists. He has over a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio this season for Joe Toussaint. 37 assists to just 10 total turnovers this season. And then Aaron Ulis off the bench, he has 29 assists to 8 total turnovers. And Iowa State enters this game getting a lot of their points off of turnovers. They are top 15 in steals per game. In their last 3 wins against major conference opponents, Xavier, Memphis, Creighton, those 3 teams have had turnover struggles with their ball handling. Xavier turns it around 15 times, and Memphis is number 1 most turnovers per game this season for Memphis, and then Creighton just under 15 turnovers per game. So this is definitely something totally different that they're going to be in this matchup here today for Iowa State. It's going to be much tougher to come by forcing turnovers against a Hawkeye offense that has multiple ball handlers on the court, and they got a lot of leadership too. What's good, Ethan Vegas? Glad to have you guys back. Cade, welcome back in. I'm taking Iowa tonight in this one. 78-71 is my prediction. Make sure to vote in that poll if you haven't already done so. Also, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. We're going to tip off, I believe, in about 2 minutes from now. College basketball full of crazy upsets, it seems like every single day. We had one a couple minutes ago. Seton Hall, ranked at number 23, pulling off the victory. It was at home. A lot of home teams coming up with victories against number 7 Texas. Seton Hall got the victory, 64-60. Big East looking super duper impressive so far to start off the season. And then Purdue, close game against Rutgers, 63-59. We'll keep you guys posted, but Rutgers on their home court, I remember a couple of years ago on their home court, they were tremendous. And they just could not win a road game to save their lives until the last game of the season for Rutgers from 2 years ago. And here they are. They were only trailing by 4 against number 1 ranked Purdue. Wow. Yeah, a big win yesterday against UConn there for your Mountaineers. It was more about UConn because UConn showed a lot in that game with what they didn't have. UConn was without their top 2 scorers. But the Big 12 has got some really good teams this season. Huge game on board in this matchup. Keegan Murray, the big name to know for Iowa, top scorer at all college basketball, averaging 23.9 points per game. Also the leading rebounder for the Hawkeyes. And he did not play in that game that they lost by 7 on Friday at Purdue. And then Iowa State, 3 key transfers making up their starting 5. Isaiah Brockington, he's the top scorer, averaging around 16 points per game from Penn State, a transfer, a senior. And then they have Gabe Kalsher from Minnesota, transfer, also a senior. And then their number 3 scorer is a freshman, top 35 ranked recruit, Tyrese Hunter. Putting up over 11 points per game, over 5 assists per game this season. And Tristan Anaruna, the 3rd transfer in the starting 5 for Iowa State. He's a transfer from Kansas. Really never caught fire in Kansas. He was basically a bench player, but here he is this season getting starts. Still in the Big 12, but playing for the Cyclones. Yeah, Alabama, their perimeter, they get the best in college basketball. Quick tip as we start off this game. It's in Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones. I haven't covered an Iowa State game in a long time. I only think I streamed one of them, but here they are, ranked in the top 25, and they find themselves on national TV. First one, a jumper goes down. It's good in the key by Gabe Kalsher. First possession now for the Hawkeyes. Top of the key, Toussaint. Toussaint dribbles towards his right, defended around the perimeter by Hunter. At the top, Toussaint. Toussaint looks to pass it, dribbles towards his left, moves it out around the perimeter. Keegan Murray with the ball, dribbles, backs his way into the key, puts one up. No good, airballs it, and defensive rebound goes back to the Cyclones by Hunter. Second possession of the game now for Iowa State. Hunter drives down the lane, floats it up, too strong off the glass, tipped around, and rebound goes to Iowa. It's by Filip Vabraka, number 0 from Serbia. Jumper. Off the mark, missed by Patrick McCaffrey. Defensive rebound picked up by Iowa State. 1 minute through. Cyclones will have their 3rd possession. They slow down with the ball. Tyrese Hunter. Hunter at the top, moves it over to Brockington. Back out to the top of the key, Anaruna. Slides it off right wing, Kalsher. Back over to the top of the key, open 3. Hunter launching, splash, that's good. Tyrese Hunter. Big triple, and what a statement start here for the Cyclones as they lead 5-0, and this crowd is rocking. Basketball back to the relevancy here at Iowa State. Jumper goes down. Jordan Bohannon seems like he's been playing forever for the Hawkeyes. Knocks down a 15-footer. What's good, Warren? Welcome back to the stream, man. 18-15 left to go in the first. Hunter gives it out around the perimeter. George Condit, the 4th. Hands it off. Step back deep 2 off the back rim, missed by Kalsher. Tipped around. Battle for the rebound. And they get the offensive board for Iowa State. Putting it up and drawing contact. And that will be a whistle, I believe, a foul here. And the clock will stop. Isaiah Brockington, the one who drew contact. So Brockington will head to the free throw line. It's on Keegan Murray, who picked up the blocking foul. Fran McCaffrey, head coach of Iowa, he's got 20-plus wins in the last 7 out of 9 seasons. And then a new head coach in town for the Cyclones, TJ Otzelberger. A lot of questions about this hire entering the offseason. He came from a 12-15 record last season with UNLV, and he follows it up with an 8-0 start. Second Iowa State head coach to start with a record of 8-0. The shock of all college basketball goes through Ames, Iowa. Second free throw goes down. The first one was a miss by Brockington at the line. That's awesome. Best of luck there to Ethan, having 5 to 6 interviews and to record. Gotta go to a basketball game. Big week on stage for you. Keegan Murray, leading scorer nationally, defended by Kalsher, gets around him. Slides it over, cross-court pass, left corner 3, open, hits it. That is good for the Hawkeyes. Patrick McCaffrey. Nice cross-court pass. Cross-court assist, that was for Keegan Murray. At the top, Brockington gives it over to Condit, the 4th. He has it the free throw circle towards his right. Passes off to a cut right baseline. Off the glass, no good. Hunter gets it back, rejected by Murray. And they have the ball once again. Bounce pass, left wing perimeter, Hunter. Hunter moves it out top of the key, Anaruna. Hands it off to the right wing, Kalsher back out top to Condit, the 4th. 5 in the shot clock. They have it at the free throw circle. Pump fake. Needs to take a shot. Turnaround jumper. Tough one by Anaruna. No good. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation by the Cyclones. The game clock will stop with 16:48. Yeah, that should be really good. Illinois against Arizona. That's going to have like a whole bunch of offense in that game. Alfonso Plummer's really coming alive for Illinois. And Arizona, they got one of the top scoring teams nationally this year. They're putting up over 90 points per game, shooting the lights out of the ball. Cross-court pass to Bohannon, catching fire three, off back rim, no good. And Iowa State, 3 defenders right underneath the hoop, soaring up, grabbing the defensive rebound was Brockington. Bounce pass, left baseline. Number 12, Robert Jones, first time today into the game, a junior from Prior Lake, Minnesota, and he travels with it. Turnover, Cyclones. Uncle Pizzle, what's good? Welcome back on the stream here, man. I'm doing pretty well there. Yeah, Lakers taking on the Grizzlies right now. That should be a really good game. Battle between playoff position about a third into the year. Iowa has possession. Toussaint at the top of the key. 16 minutes left to go in the first. Toussaint dribbles, drives on Hunter. Lost the handle, but is poked loose out of bounds by the Cyclones. So Iowa will get it back. And we'll head to the media timeout. Media timeout taken on the floor. 15:53 left to go in the first. 6-5. Iowa State leads. Iowa State has to be pleased about their defense. Just 5 points so far in the first 4 minutes and 7 seconds to the number 5 scoring offense. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Glad to have you guys be a part here once again. Make sure to vote if you haven't already done so. Who do you got tonight? Let me know out in the chat as well. Iowa or Iowa State in this game. Yeah, thanks so much, West Virginia Prodigy. Appreciate it, man, for being a part on the channel for a year right now. It's awesome. This community is incredible. Let's see what we got. We'll do scores for college basketball NBA. Wow. Purdue Rutgers. This is a game. Ron Harper Jr., 25 points, 10 rebounds. Travion Williams for Purdue, 19 points, 11 rebounds. And Purdue is only leading by 1, 66-65. Man, the home teams have the advantage in these games from the early takeaways. 57 seconds left to play. And Purdue leads by just 1 against Rutgers. Rutgers at 4-4. This is crazy, like who's going to get to the tournament? Like, the bubble is going to be massive this season. Rutgers has losses at DePaul versus Lafayette, at UMass, and they got destroyed at Illinois. And here they are at home against number 1 Purdue, right down to the wire in the final seconds. This is insane. It's just so wide open who's going to win the tournament based on the first month right now. You honestly don't even know. Other than that, Seton Hall, they pulled off the victory over Texas, 64-60. St. John's and Monmouth, this game is pretty close, 30-25 St. John's. Monmouth entered that matchup with a 7-1 record. Pittsburgh starting to pull away against Colgate, 43-34 Pitt. Pitt with their top player tonight. Gonzaga takes on Merrimack later tonight. Gonzaga comes in 32.5 point favorites. And then this could be an upset right here. They almost upset Arizona State a year ago. It was Grand Canyon, who made it to the NCAA tournament last year. Grand Canyon, the top team in the WAC, 8-1 record, 2-0 on the road, taking on Arizona State, who in their last home game, they only scored 29 points against Washington State, and Arizona State comes into the game as a 3.5 point favorite, and they have a 3-5 record. D Wade, what's good? Welcome back to the stream. We're gonna get back to action. 6-5 to score, 15:53 left to go in the first. Been a good game so far. Iowa gets the inbound. Bohannon at the free throw circle, contacted and down, as that's a Cyclones fall, and Jordan Bohannon will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Wow. Wow, St. Bonaventure. Yeah, they got a big game. I think it's this weekend. They got that game against UConn coming up. And St. Bonaventure has, I think it's their top player, Kyle Lofton, who recently got injured. So he's missed a couple of games. Boat shot's good at the line for Bohannon. 15:45 left to go in the first. Cyclones have the ball. They move it out to the top of the key. It's into the hands of Hunter. Defended by Toussaint. 12 on the shot clock. Hunter towards his right, gives it out to Brockington. They move it around the perimeter left wing. Caleb Grill, number 2, into the game first time to the left baseline. Jumper goes down. Isaiah Brockington knocks it down. Hawkeyes fling it over. Catch and fire 3. Bohannon hits it. Nice pass by the Hawkeyes there. They got a top 20 team in assists per game this season. They moved the ball extremely well. 5 minutes through, 10-8 Iowa. At the top, they hand it off to Hunter. Hunter jacks up a 3 straight away off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Powers their way inside. Back out to the top. They have it. Hunter once again to Brockington. Brockington towards his right around the perimeter. Step back jumper in the air over Rabraka. Delivers. Isaiah Brockington, top scorer, Penn State transfer, hits a big-time 3. Wow. Purdue-Rutgers, 24 seconds remaining. Purdue has the ball, and they're up by 1, 66-65, as that's an air ball shot by Iowa. Cyclones have possession. Hunter at the top. He is going to slow it down. Moves it over to Robert Jones. Handoff to Caleb Grill. Around the perimeter. Aljaz Kunk from Slovenia. He's on the court as well. Bounce pass to the left corner. Wide open 3. Hunter off the mark. No good. And we have fall picked up. It's going to be on the rebound. It's on the Hawkeyes. What's good? Goody Malika. Welcome to the stream again, everybody. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Season's over. Yeah. Unfortunate there. I actually don't have any games this weekend in person. I'm not sure as far as streaming what I'm going to do on Saturday. I have to figure out my schedule or so about Saturday and Sunday. So I'll post in the community tab once I know. Tomorrow I'm going to do the Celtics against the Suns for the late game tomorrow. I'm probably going to go out and do a lot of Christmas shopping before or so because I need to get that done. And Iowa just turns it over, going up the court. It's going to go back to Iowa State. Yeah, if I'm thinking about doing Golden State against the Sixers on Saturday. Steph might hit the record in that game. We're supposed to get a pretty bad windstorm too. So hopefully if I do have power, that's what I'm thinking about right now. I'll post in the community tab once I confirm. 13.5 left to go in the first. Cyclones have possession. They move it over. Turn the corner at the free throw circle. Kalsher floats up a shot. And he gets fouled. It's going to be on Jordan Bohannon. Picks up the foul and the clock will stop with 13:24. What's good, Pepsi Can? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, tough one here. It's been that... Okay, wow. So, yeah, really good second quarter, looks like, by the Grizzlies. Lakers gave up 34. I still think there's a chance for the Lakers in that game. Missed shot off the rim, no good for the Hawkeyes by Aaron Yolis. Right back to Iowa State. They have the ball. 13 minutes left to go in the first. They put the ball back around the perimeter. Trey Jackson, number 3. Has it, slows it down, moves it out to Kalsher. Kalsher passes out to the top. They move it out right wing Brockington. Brockington defended by Yolis. Looking to pass it. Moves it over cross court. Kalsher wide open three. Launches with space. Missed off the back rim. No good. And the defensive rebound picked up by Patrick McCaffrey. Hawkeyes have the ball. Pro hop. Patrick McCaffrey. Turnaround jumper. A tough one. Delivers. As that goes down. 12-11 with 12 and a half left to go in the first. Insane. Rutgers just took the lead with 13 seconds left to play. That bubble is going to be massive this season. Imagine Rutgers with a win against Purdue. And then with their losses that they have already. Against UMass, against Lafayette. It's the strangest thing. This season's just been so strange. Hawkeyes by 1, only been held at 12 points. Iowa State came into this game with a pretty good defense, only allowing around 60 points to opponents. And a timeout taken on the floor. Hawkeyes will burn one, 12-11 to score, as the clock will stop with 11:55 left to go in the first. Iowa State on their home court. Must be pleasing to see what they've been able to do through their defense so far in this game. Holy smokes. It's been quite the start tonight. Unreal. Wow, Rutgers just won. I see 68-67 Purdue, and then it's going to update for me on the scoreboard when it will. Holy smokes. That's unbelievable. Unreal. Rutgers just won. That's crazy. Ron Harper Jr. at the buzzer. Unreal. I have to see that replay when it goes by. That's 70-68 the final. Insane. That is insane. Ron Harper Jr. scores 30 points and 10 rebounds. He makes 5 threes. And they end up winning. And yeah, I'm seeing that Geo Baker. He wasn't even listed. Yeah, I think Geo Baker, I missed the game today due to illness. So they were without their number 2 player for Rutgers. That's unreal. It's crazy. Yeah, this tournament's gonna be insane. What happened like in the off season with all the transfers over 1,000 in the transfer portal, the extra season of eligibility? This is gonna be a crazy tournament. Just so many upsets being thrown together. Seton Hall already pulled off the upset over Texas, and the New Jersey team's looking sharp tonight. We'll see if there's another New Jersey team that can pull off the upset. Monmouth's trailing by 8 against St. John's, 42-34. That game's still in the first half. I can't believe I'm reading this, but Fordham is going to have a record coming up. I think they entered that matchup with a 6-4 record. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're 7-4. Fordham knocked off Long Island today. So Fordham picks up win number 7. Last year they only had 2 wins. We're back to action. 12 minutes left to go in the first. Pass underneath Iowa's hoop, and it gets poked loose out of bounds. It will stay Hawkeyes ball. Iowa State in a scoring drought of over 2.5 minutes. Bounce pass underneath Tony Perkins. Puts it up and in. Count it. And one. He'll head to the free throw line. Perkins comes off the bench with a huge bucket. Free throw is good. Cyclones have the possession. Kalsher dribbles to the left corner perimeter. Puts the ball into the hands of Tyrese Hunter. Hunter at the edge of the logo, defended by Perkins. Pass deflected out of bounds on the near side. It will stay Cyclones ball. Ron Harper Jr., game-winning shot from half court. 30 points, 10 rebounds, as Rutgers does the unbelievable and pulls off the upset over number 1 ranked Purdue. At the left baseline, Trey Jackson, jumper over the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, puts it up, no good off the rim. Missed by Condit the fourth. They get another offensive rebound. Out to the corner, jab step, driving, and they turn it over. Tyrese Hunter, the one who turned it over for Iowa State. Bill, welcome in. I heard about that. That is crazy. This is going to be one of those seasons once again where whoever's number 1 looks like they're going to be going down very soon and against probably unexpected opponents. You probably wouldn't think that would knock them off. Perkins floats one up in the key off the back rim twice, no good. Offensive rebound picked up though by the Hawkeyes by Connor McCaffrey to the outside, a 3 off back rim, and this time it gets pulled down by Brockington. 10:50 left to go in the first. Wide open 3 at the right corner. Jackson hits it. And the Cyclones pull 1 and 1. Hawkeyes have possession. Over to the right corner perimeter. It's Connor McCaffrey. Moves it outside to Chris Murray. Dumps it off to his brother Keegan. Missed off the backboard. Tipped out of bounds. It will stay Hawkeyes ball. Iowa State hanging in this game because of 3-point shots. They made 3 threes so far. Just wide open on the last one. Underneath the hoop. Missed the shot. No good. Rebound back over to the Cyclones. Brockington moves it out. Right wing past the corner. Dribbles up. Takes it down the lane. Kalsher lays it up and in. Lead change. Brian, what's good? Welcome in. Yeah, good he's not in the mood for that. Dalvin Cook returned. Let's see. First time I'm looking at this today. So I saw midway through the first, it was tied up at 0. 16 zip. And Dalvin Cook's had a big return. Wow. Over 16 yards per carry. 7 rushes for 117 by Dalvin Cook in a TD. Pass to a cutter. Good for the layup. Hawkeyes take the lead. Ten minutes left to go in the first. Pressure. Iowa State tried to break the pressure. Wasn't able to, though. As they put their foot at the half-court line and got called for the backcourt violation. That's their 5th turnover. And they're struggling right now to force turnovers. Just won by Iowa. And Iowa State has came into this game number 13 in steals per game. Hawkeyes have possession. At the top of the key, Tony Perkins gives it out. Yolis passes left corner 3. Chris Murray over the rim, no good. A rebound goes to Kunk for the Cyclones. They move it up ahead. Kalsher dribbles, attacks down the lane, blocked out of bounds. Major rejection by Chris Murray as he denies Gabe Kalsher. Gabe Kalsher, former Big Ten player, senior, transfer from Minnesota. Number 2 scorer this season for Iowa State. Big reason why the Cyclones, with their rise this season, it's through transfers. Isaiah Brockington from Penn State, the top scorer. Inside the key, another block. This is not clean, though. Fran McCaffrey cannot believe it. And that is going to be a foul picked up by Iowa. I think it's going to be charged to Chris Murray. Yeah, Chris Murray picks up the personal foul. And that will be his first. First shot good by Tyrese Hunter. Yeah, Baylor's got a huge game this Sunday against Villanova. Should be a really good game. 9.5 in the first. Second free throw goes down by Hunter. Hawkeyes have been held to just one made shot out of 8 attempts. 3-point straightaway. Missed off the mark. Pinwheels around. They find themselves with offensive rebound, though, in the corner. Perkins. Dribbles. Jumper. Tough one. He takes to the right baseline. No good. Rebound for the Cyclones. Iowa State has the possession. Tyrese Hunter. Edge of the logo towards his right. Hunter dribbles, lost the handle, ball's in the ground. They pick it up, though. And coming in with a soaring right-handed jam, Isaiah Brockington. Relentless. Iowa State by 2. Hunter lost the handle. Brockington, right place, right time, just soars sky high up and throws it down with the right-handed finish. 8.5 left to go in the first. Perkins with the ball at the right wing. Passes right corner. Right baseline dribble. Chris Murray tries to stay in bounds. Gives it off to Perkins. He gets trapped. And a reach and fall committed by the Cyclones. It's on Kalsher as the clock will stop with 8:29. A lot of 50-50 balls so far in this game. These two teams playing with a lot of hustle and grit on the court so far tonight. 5 fouls picked up as a team by Iowa State. 5 by Iowa. Brockington's a perfect 3 for 3. He's got 8, the leading scorer for the Cyclones. Inbound off to Perkins for the Hawkeyes. Perkins gives it out, free throw circle. Back out to the top. Open 3 straight away. Off the back rim, no good. Missed by Iowa. That's by number 20. Peyton Sanford, a freshman who missed a 3-point shot. Cyclones have the ball. Left baseline dribble. Hunter finds a soft spot in the defense and lays it up and through. Getting to the bucket for ISU. That has been a big key in this game lately. 22-17, and they're finding a lot of space out there underneath the hoop. Hunter receives the pass, drives left baseline, lays it up and in with the left hand. Hunter's got 7. Timeout on the court taken by Fran McCaffrey. 22-17, Cyclones lead. What's good, Packer Taco Gamer? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it was Rutgers who came into the game with a 4-4 record, and they beat number 1 ranked Purdue. It's just unbelievable what's going on this season. The upsets are just crazy. Christian, welcome to the stream, man. Iowa State in a 6-zip run last minute and 25 seconds. Iowa's on a scoring drought with the last 2 minutes. And Keegan Murray was not on the court winning that scoring drought span, the leading scorer in all college hoops. So big adjustment has to be made here by Fran McCaffrey coming out of the timeout, but he needs to get back Keegan Murray into this game. Keegan Murray is, he is yet to score so far as well. He's 0 for 5 shooting. Yeah, if Baylor wins on Sunday, Baylor plays against Villanova. Baylor's going to be the new number 1 team. Villanova, though, Villanova could work its way up into that category, though. Baylor's at number 2. they'd have 2 losses. That's the only thing by that point. UCLA and... yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, UCLA and Purdue, which just lost. Probably going to be UCLA unless something strange happens. If Baylor loses, it's just so odd. Because Gonzaga has 2 losses. Duke's got a higher ranking than UCLA. Might be Duke. I thought Alabama should get way more recognition than what they're at number 9 currently. They went up 7 spots, but I know they had lost to Iona, but I thought they should have been up much further than that. I've got Kentucky on Saturday. Notre Dame's been just really disappointing. They have multiple seniors in their team too, and they just haven't been able to put it together. They lost by 16 against Boston College. They're crushing their chances to make it to the tournament. And this was supposed to be the year. Looks like the head coach is probably going to get fired if it keeps on going like this. This is a huge game. This is a huge game for Notre Dame because they're the home team as well. Yeah, Seton Hall beat Texas. A big day today for the New Jersey teams as we have 8 minutes left to go in the first. 5-point game. Hawkeyes with a possession. Bohannon moves it outside the right wing to Perkins. Bounce pass down low over to Keegan Murray. His shot gets blocked. Major rejection underneath the hoop by the Cyclones. That is Tristan Anaruna, transfer from Kansas, who got the block on Keegan Murray. At the right wing, they move it out to the top. Kunk. Down the lane, dribble drive inside, dump off underneath that. Aruna puts it up and through. With an assist credited by Hunter. Iowa State finding a rhythm right now. 8-zip run, last 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Perkins off to Murray. Keegan Murray at the left wing, dribbles up to the top. Murray gets fouled, bumped into, and the clock will stop. Yeah, I think for Seton Hall, I think they'll probably be around like 12 or 11, most likely. They're going to go up a good amount of spots, and Texas will drop. Texas will probably drop to around like 18, 19, around that mark. There's a lot of good teams awaiting to be in the top 25 as well. First shot good at the free throw line by Iowa. That is Patrick McCaffrey. 7:05 left to go in the first. Second shot is good. What's good, Shenard? Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for being a part here. Been a really good game so far. And also with that, the Hawkeyes are in the bonus. Impressive start for Iowa State. New head coach picked dead last to finish in the Big 12, and here they are. Ranked number 17, 8-0 start to the season, and leading by 5, and make it 7 as the layup goes down by Isaiah Brockington. Hawkeyes with a possession. Bohannon at the top of the key. Slides it over right wing perimeter. Perkins. Perkins dribbles at the right baseline. Defended 1-on-1 on the outside by Hunter. Passes the ball over to McCaffrey. Slides it cross-court into the hands of Keegan Murray. Now at the left corner, Bohannon. Bohannon pump fake on Kalsher. Step back, deep 2, jumper, no good. Shot an air ball. Not a good look there. And a defensive rebound picked up by the Cyclones. Iowa State driving. Kick out to the corner. Hunter over to Kalsher. Launching, no good. Offensive rebound. And they draw the foul. It should be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Robert Jones of the Cyclones. And it's a blocking foul picked up on Tony Perkins of Iowa. Got a good chunk of fouls in this game. That is the Hawkeyes' 6th as a team. Iowa State's picked up 7. Yeah, Florida's a guaranteed dropout in the top 25. Vaughn, what's good? Welcome back in. First shot missed. No good by the Cyclones at the free throw line. That's Robert Jones. Yeah, so Florida's going to drop out of the top 25. Wisconsin saved themselves. Wisconsin almost dropped out, but they stormed all the way back after being down by 20-plus points and beat Indiana yesterday. And other than that, I think everybody else is pretty solid. UConn had been playing with their top 2 players injured against West Virginia. It was on the road. UConn lost by 3. Really good statement, though, in that game, despite being down their top 2 players for UConn. And, of course, West Virginia is really solid on their home court. This ball gets turned over. Cyclones pick it up on the court. 5:40 left to go in the first. At the top, it's Trey Jackson. He attacks down the lane, and it gets deflected out of bounds by the Hawkeyes. 5:28 left to go first. Bounce pass, taking a deep 2 off the back rim. No good by Kalsher. Tipped around. Tapped out of bounds, and it will still stay Cyclones ball. What's good, Caleb? Welcome to the stream. The whole feed just froze up, but it was a bounce pass to a cut off the inbound. Looks like an Iowa foul. And that will be their 7th. So it's going to send Iowa State to the free throw line. Bonus time. Yeah, there's a lot of good games I know in the 18th. That's going to be really good. I know UConn Providence is one that I'm really pumped up for. It's massive. They have the 2 CBS Sports Classic games that day. Louisville, Kentucky is going to be a huge one. I saw that's at a different time this year. They put it at 6 o'clock. A couple of years ago, they had it on a Saturday afternoon. And then last year, they had it on a Saturday afternoon a little bit earlier. I think it was around noontime, because the season prior they had it at a really good time. It was at like 3:45 in the afternoon, right before the college football semifinals, as that 3 misses by the Hawkeyes. Pass ahead to the right corner. They down low. Nice shovel underneath and puts it up and through. Banks it. Cyclones with numbers on that break and able to use it to their advantage with a beautiful pass. 10-point lead, 13-2 run at home in Ames for Iowa State. 3-point shot. Missed off the rim, no good by Perkins. Defensive rebound picked up by the Cyclones. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first. Brockington lost the handle, turns it over. Perkins comes up, swipes it away with a steal. Here's Bohannon. Bohannon around the perimeter, defended by Kalsher. Bohannon trying to end this 13-2 run. Crossover. Dribbles left wing. Gives the ball over to Patrick McCaffrey. Turns the corner, floats to the shot. No good. Tipped off the glass and defensive rebound. Pulled down by Tristan Anaruna. Showing physicality on the boards in this matchup for Tristan Anaruna as he picks up his 5th defensive rebound. The top rebounder in this game, 25-8 rebound advantage in favor of Iowa State. A lot of question marks on the glass for Iowa. Jumper is good at the right baseline for the Cyclones. Isaiah Brockington hits down the shot, and if you're Fran McCaffrey, you need to burn a timeout. 15-2 run last 6.5 minutes. Top scorer this season, Keegan Murray, passes out top of the key to Bohannon. Bohannon takes the open 3 straight away, hits it. That's a momentum builder. They finally hit a shot. 3:15 left to go, past the trail, and poked loose out of bounds. It will stay Cyclones ball. And we'll head to immediate timeout. 3:12 left to go in the first. This arena right here, it is rocking at Iowa State. Basketball, relevancy in basketball, it is back. After 2 really down seasons at ISU, and here they are up against their in-state rival 31-22. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, everybody being a part here tonight. And, man, this has been just what a shock to the season so far by Iowa State, projected dead last in the Big 12, and they have the answer here with Isaiah Brockington, the top scorer with 12 points. And the big key in this game, even though they've got 6 turnovers to just 2 by Iowa, it's been a total difference in rebounds. 26-8 Iowa State, 11-3 on the offensive glass. And holding Iowa just 28% shooting for the number 5 scoring team, putting up 91 per game, has now put up just 22 with just over 3 minutes before half. It's a really, really key underrated defense for Iowa State. They came in only allowing 60 points to opponents. Yeah, I think the big key for Louisville is that they have to make 3-point shots to stay in that game. Because Kentucky's got a loaded offense. And the Cards have struggled knocking down threes. So if they can find their 3 in that game, that will be massive for them in that matchup. Wow, somebody didn't start Dalvin Cook. Yikes. Playoff hopes in jeopardy in fantasy. That's not good. Heard he's having a monster game tonight. Slot King, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, this could really well be tough for Zion. I heard that he's well over 300 pounds. One of the reports had him at 330. I'm not sure that that's accurate with that number, but I heard more like 315 for Zion. And yeah, he just hasn't been able to play on the court so far this season because he's not able to get back in the correct conditioning shape. It's just unfortunate because he's just so explosive, but it's just the struggles with his weight when injuries happen, and then going through the off-season process. And then I heard that he didn't have like any trainer until like a couple weeks ago. I heard he finally hired a trainer for him. It's just so unfortunate for Zion because, man, I loved him when he played at Duke, but it's too bad that he hasn't been able to stay healthy, and then the whole weight issues has been unfortunate. Wow, Merrimack's actually playing Gonzaga close, 32-24, Gonzaga leading with about 3 minutes left to go in the first. I'm shocked that's not a blowout like Houston against Bryant from last week. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Probably Giannis. I think Giannis would probably be the closest one right now. Is that 3? No good at the left corner. Defensive rebound picked up by the Hawkeyes with 2:50 left to go on the clock. Iowa looking to see if they can get something here before halftime. Top of the key, Keegan Murray. He has been silent. No points in the first half for the leading scorer in all college basketball, Toussaint. Dribbles around the hoop, still has it, moves it out to the top. And an offensive foul. Chris Murray runs right over a Cyclone who takes the charge. That's number 5. Aljaz Kunk, who takes the charge, and the Cyclones get the ball. This name, it sounds familiar. He's a senior from Slovenia. Washington State, that's why. That's another transfer. He's coming from the bench. Hawkeyes pick up the steal on midcourt. Deep range 3, no good. Launch by Bohannon. Offensive rebound picked up by Keegan Murray. Murray gets out of a swarm. Bohannon, extra pass to left wing. Dribbles left baseline attack. Bounce pass right corner to Connor McCaffrey. McCaffrey bounce pass underneath, and Rabraka puts it up and in for 2. That was one key look right there for the Hawkeyes off the extra pass made by Connor McCaffrey. Able to split past the double team. Haven't seen looks like that tonight where they had a lot of space underneath the hoop. At the left wing, launching a 3. Off the rim, no good by the Cyclones. And the foul on the court picked up. It will be assessed to Iowa with 1:48 left to go. So Iowa State will head to the free throw line. It's on Joe Toussaint. They are just getting out-bullied on the glass so far. It's not even close. 27-10, the rebounding advantage, plus 17 for the Cyclones. I think it could be Baylor, possibly, if they do beat Villanova. After that, it's all up in the air. It'll probably go back to Duke. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Duke at number 1 next week once again. Because if Baylor losing against Villanova, Villanova has 2 losses. And then Duke just with that 1 loss against Ohio State, even though they had 1 against Gonzaga. As the second free throw goes down. Perfect 2 for 2 at the free throw line by Kunk of the Cyclones. 1:35 left to go in the first. Pass deflected, stolen away. Iowa State has the basketball. They take it up. Big burst of speed. Kick out to the left corner. Wide open 3. Left wing shot. No good off the mark. They get the offensive rebound with Kunk. Moves it out over to the top. Jab step Hunter. He slows down the ball. Tyrese Hunter signals the offense. 10 on the shot clock. 1:16 left to go. Gives it out left wing perimeter Kalsher. Kalsher passes out top of the key Brockington. Brockington, the leading scorer. He's got 12, looking for 15. Takes the 3 and delivers. Straight away goes down by Isaiah Brockington. This arena is rocking. 36-24 Iowa State. Back on the basketball map as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Cyclones. It will stay Hawkeyes basketball. Isaiah Brockington, transfer from Penn State. What a pickup they got in the offseason. TJ Otzelberger, coach of the year right now. 12-15 last season with UNLV, and here he is. With Iowa State 8-0, up by 12 against in-state rival Iowa. Inside the paint, Kunk gets fouled, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. Cyclones coming up, shoot it, or it's going to be Kunk the one who picks up the blocking foul. So it's going to be Hawkeyes on their side of the court. Iowa will shoot 2 at the line, coming up at the free throw line. This is Philip Verbraka, number 0. Brockington's a perfect 6 for 6, perfect 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Getting the most out of these players that weren't like big name players to the last program that they played for. Brockington was a 27% free 3-point shooter last season at Penn State. And here he is shooting over 44% from 3 this season. We're going to take a timeout on the court. First shot good at the free throw line. It's 36-25 to score. 42 seconds left to go before halftime as the Cyclones burn a timeout. It's going to be a quick timeout. 30-second timeout, so we stay here. One more shot at the line for Rabraka for Iowa, and he hits it. 10-point game, 42 seconds left to play before half. Cyclones get the inbounds. In their backcourt, Kalsher puts the ball past half court with Brockington as Iowa applies pressure. Top of the key, slows it down. Hunter moves it out left wing. Kalsher, 15 on the shot clock, passes out to the top. They give it a long drive down the lane inside. Layup, strong take, goes down with a left hand. Cyclones by 12, and that is a strong layup by Isaiah Brockington. He's up to 17. 5 seconds left to go. Hawkeyes have the ball. They got to get a shot off. Top of the key, three open. Murray, no good. Too strong, and Keegan Murray in the first half scores 0 points for the top scorer at all college basketball to go 0 for 7 from the floor. And the Iowa State Cyclones show up defensively, allow just 26 points to Iowa. A season low on the board for the Hawkeyes, for the number 5 scoring team, averaging 91 points per game entering this matchup. And here they are trailing at half, 38-26. This crowd is rocking tonight at ISU. Expect the unexpected this season, and this is how the year has been. Now they're going to show that replay. Purdue against Rutgers. Rutgers pulled off the upset over Purdue. Purdue took the lead with under 10 seconds left to play. It was Rutgers who had the lead, 67-66, 13 seconds left to go. And then Purdue with an answer inside the post. Travion Williams, and then 1 second remaining. Half-court three by Rutgers. Goes down. Ron Harper Jr., 30 points, 10 rebounds, and Rutgers wins. Knocks off number 1 ranked Purdue, 70-68. Rutgers just saved their season right there. Lost to an unranked opponent in the first game. You have to go all the way back to 2007. Wisconsin was number 1, and they lost at Michigan State, which was unranked in 2007. Just absolutely crazy season we have had on this year. Isaiah Brockington with 17 points, already surpassing his season average at halftime. Perfect 7 for 7 from the floor, 2 for 2 from three-point range. The big difference in this first half has been the rebound total. Iowa, their last game, they got destroyed on the glass against Illinois. They allowed 18 rebounds to Kofi Cockburn. As a team, Iowa only had 23 rebounds alone. 52-23, plus 29 on the glass for Illinois in the last game. And here we go at halftime. It's a plus 18 advantage on the glass for Iowa State, 18-10, or 28-10. And Iowa State's got more. They've got more offensive rebounds than what Iowa has as a team currently. 13 offensive rebounds. Iowa's got 10 rebounds total as a team. And it's been a lot of easy buckets inside the post for Iowa State. They haven't been shooting the ball that great, but their defense has limited Iowa to just shoot the ball at 29% in the first half. And the big key is that Keegan Murray, top scorer, is just nowhere to be found tonight. And there's not really like a dominating type of big on this Iowa State team to like shut them down or so. They don't have like a lot of tall size on this team for Iowa State. They're more guard oriented And these guards are just shutting down the remaining parts of their lineup here. Tristan Anaruna has got he's got a good amount of length on the court, and they're finding something with him defensively in this game. Kunk has been the one. He's only 6'8", and he's been a major role inside so far. What time of year? Probably would go when it's much warmer out. It's probably good weather that they have throughout the year, most likely there. Alright, so right now we're just at halftime. I'm going to release the poll right now at half, and the poll is going for Iowa to pick off the victory, 55-45, Hawkeyes. We'll see if they can complete a second half comeback. They'll have to channel their inner Ohio State in this matchup and hope for a big scoring drought for Iowa State in the second half. Quick update here, Thursday Night Football, Vikings blanketing the Steelers tonight. 23-0 as this game is at halftime. It's Dalvin Cook who's been the star tonight, returning back to action. 14 carries, 153 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns for Dalvin Cook. And then there's a couple of games going on in the NBA. The Jazz crushed the Sixers, 118-96. Sixers coming off a back-to-back yesterday. Grizzlies up over the Lakers, 94-83. LeBron's 1 assist away from a triple-double. And the Nuggets and Spurs, San Antonio leading, 85-78. 6.5 left to go in the third. Ooh, good question. I wonder if he has a job right now. I was gonna say, I don't think so. I was gonna say the coach that used to coach Fordham out of all the teams in college basketball. His name was Jeff Neubauer, but he just put the program on a big downhill spin. They were already downhill, but he put it at a very rock bottom low. But he got fired last year. I'd probably say right now, I think Mike Bray for Notre Dame. He's on the hot seat, and Mike White for Florida. And also Frank Martin from South Carolina, because they've had a couple bad mid-major losses within the last few years, and they already had one this season. I think he's in what could be those 3 coaches could be very well in their last season. Possibly too, Wayne Tinkle. He saved himself last year, that crazy run Oregon State had, but now Oregon State goes back to their regular, usual bottom of the pack, Pac-12 basketball right now. He's gonna have to pull out another miracle. That was just so random last year that Oregon State just got hot at the right time. Like, they just... You can just be that team that flips the switch like 1 week, like Georgetown and Oregon State did last year and won their conference tournaments, and then just do what they did and get into the tournament. Yeah, got a lot of good games on Saturday. UCLA versus Marquette. I see that Alabama-Houston game. That's a late game. I think it's around 10 o'clock at night on Saturday. Oh, wow. So they're in their 20s now. Yeah, probably want to wait for the summer in the season to go to the South. What's good, Steven? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. I'll check it out. I heard there's around 12, but there's more teams that's lost lately, so I'm gonna see if I can confirm that number. So I want to see who they are. It's below 12 now because Weber State lost last night. Wyoming got crushed against Arizona yesterday, and those teams were undefeated. Alright, so undefeated teams we got. This is just so odd, seeing Wake Forest to the top of the ACC at 8-1. Baylor, Iowa State, so that's 2. Colorado State, they're a sleeper team. 3. Colorado State's 9-0. USC's won 3 games in the road, not getting the respect they deserve. They're ranked at number 16. Arizona is undefeated. Arizona's got a big test on Saturday against Illinois. Arizona's 8-0. Arkansas, LSU. Arkansas usually goes through the first month and a half undefeated. 7. 10-0 San Francisco. San Francisco's got the best record out of anybody, reaching 10 wins first. Just gonna see who they played so far. So that's 8 teams total. So Weber State, Purdue, and Wyoming, recent losses that were undefeated. So 8 teams total are left remaining undefeated. San Francisco has 0 Power Conference victories. They only got 1 Power 5 opponent coming up. And then they start WCC play, which they'll have a shot right off the bat playing against Gonzaga on January 6th. They're at Gonzaga. That's a grueling schedule to start off conference play at St. Mary's to open up the new year on January 1st. And then they're at Gonzaga on January 6th. So we'll figure out more about their team coming up. They do have actually two opponents in Arizona. Could pose problems with these 2 opponents. They're against. It looks like they're hosting. This hosting or neutral? It's going to be a neutral court game. It looks like it's against Grand Canyon University, but it's on Saturday, December 18th, and then it gets tricky because they're playing on a back-to-back. The next day they have a game scheduled on December 19th at Arizona State. So that's their only Power Conference team that they have played, or they will play as Arizona State. And then they'll get into the WCC schedule. So Grand Canyon has a record of 8-1. Grand Canyon's playing tonight. I think that game's going on right now. Yeah, I'm gonna see what that score is against Arizona State. What's good, Anthony? Welcome to the stream. Good to hear that there, Vaughn. It all depends on the opponent that they get, most likely. Probably either first round or second round. I thought, based on how they had played. Based on how they played against Oregon, I thought they could have gone to the Sweet 16, and now I think we're all finding out that Oregon just isn't that good. Or I think Oregon and Virginia, those are the 2 teams. They're going to be on the bubble all the way until they're going to be on the bubble all the way through Selection Sunday. And for those 2 teams, they potentially could win their conference tournaments. Those are 2 teams that just somehow, some way, they're coached that way to just turn on the switch at the right time and start winning games when March comes along. So those are 2 teams that they're going to be in the thick of the bubble talk throughout the season. I bet you. Same as Rutgers And this team's going to have some crazy games throughout the season. Watch Rutgers follow. So Rutgers knocks off Purdue. They got a record of 5-4, but watch them like slip up against a team in the conference like Nebraska or something like that. I bet they're just gonna have this wacky resume that's gonna put them just hovering about around 500, but have some random losses in there, like at Nebraska, at Penn State. Wouldn't shock me if that happens, like a game thrown in there against Northwestern that they have a loss. Yeah, there's no chance that they're going to lose to Central Connecticut or Maine. If they do, that's just devastating if they do. Both of those are home games against two of the worst teams in D1, usually. Yeah, they weren't even receiving votes. It's crazy. I couldn't believe that Providence didn't receive votes and Texas Tech received 2. Yeah, it's been really tough so far with the rankings and stuff. They got Colorado State is the team I think slept on a ton. They returned to everybody from last season's team, and they got. I think they have like the number. I'm going to check to see what their 3-point shooting is, but I'm pretty sure they're at like the very top in college basketball as a team. Yeah, number three team in 3-point shooting. That's probably going to be number 2 after tonight, depending on how Purdue shot the ball from 3 today. So South Dakota State's the number 1 team in made threes, and then Purdue is number 2, and then Colorado State shooting over 43% from 3 at number 3. And North Carolina, low-key, I got to cover UNC against Michigan. UNC is putting their team in the right direction. UNC is a team I feel like is getting slept on a ton. I think Caleb Love, this could be a big breakout season for him, and they got a lot of guards on the roster. That's a team to watch out for. You would think that they'd have a lot more recognition, same as Illinois. Both of those teams got bounced out, haven't returned to the top 25, but they should very soon. Yeah, I think the front 4 receiving votes are teams that I think is going to be really dangerous. Colorado State, Xavier, Illinois, UNC. 26, 27, 28, 29. St. Bonaventure at 30. If they can get it together, they have just a random loss against Northern Iowa on their schedule, but if they can get it together, and their top scorer is injured right now with Kyle Lofton, but if they can be fully healthy with that whole senior lineup, they could potentially do some damage too. And then San Francisco, they're at 10-0. I don't know how good they really are because they haven't played anybody that's like that strong. So they're going to start getting into that soon in their schedule. They got a back-to-back Grand Canyon and then Arizona State. I'm not sure if Utah Valley's going to make it in. That would be awesome if they do. They possibly can. That WAC is getting stronger. It was usually dominated by New Mexico State, and now Grand Canyon and Utah Valley within the last decade. They've been like new programs in the top 25, and they've been able to put 2 programs in the rise. And then they also have like an expansion there from a couple other teams that move conferences. I know Stephen F. Austin is now in the WAC. And Stephen F. Austin was like a tournament bracket buster for some time during the 2010s. Here's a 3-point shot by Hunter. Got partially blocked on the way up as we start off the second half. And the Hawkeyes down by 12 and they have the ball. Driving, jumper in the key. Off the back rim, missed by Toussaint. Defensive rebound pulled away by the Cyclones with Tyrese Hunter. Hunter dribbles down the lane, puts one up over Rebraca, no good off the glass. They get the offensive rebound. Kalsher spots up, takes the 3 off the front rim, no good. Rebound secured by Bohannon. Hawkeyes with a possession. 20 on the shot clock, top of the key. They have the ball into the hands to Joe Toussaint. Moves it over left wing perimeter, Patrick McCaffrey. McCaffrey dribbles left baseline on Kalsher. Powers his way inside, floats one up, no good. And the Iowa State Cyclones defense is swarming and forcing a ton of stops tonight for Iowa. Left baseline dribble. Reverse hand layup off the bottom part of the backboard by Kalsher. Pinwheel to round out of bounds, and it will stay Cyclones ball. Lob into the hands to George Condit. Bounce pass. Slam dunk by Isaiah Brockington. Two-handed throwdown. What a night he has had. He is perfect from the floor. A transfer from Penn State who averaged just over 12 points per game last season has got 19, the game-high score. Three-point shot missed by Patrick McCaffrey. Offensive rebound turnaround off the front rim by Rebraka. Defensive rebound picked up by the Cyclones. They attack. Down the lane straight away. Hunter drives in, and a blocking foul. Picked up by Rebraka. Or it will be Brockington, number 1. Isaiah Brockington, the one shooting 2 at the free throw line. He's got 19 points, perfect. 8 for 8 shooting. Number 11, Tyrese Hunter. Hunter's got himself 7.6 rebounds, 2 assists. First shot good. Second free throw is good. We have seen something special tonight out of these Cyclones. Toussaint. Torres right around the perimeter. Bounce pass Rebraka. Handoff to Toussaint. Toussaint right baseline dribble. Flings a cross court off the top of the fingertips of Bohannon. And that's turnover number 6 by Iowa. Uncharacteristic type of turnover there. Too tall on the pass by Joe Toussaint. The Cyclone fans, they are loving it. Iowa came into this game number 1 team, fewest turnovers per game. Iowa State number 13 in steals per game. And it's the Cyclones defense forcing turnovers and on the glass. And also Isaiah Brockington, the key player. Bounce pass, right baseline, tipped from behind, poked out of bounds by Toussaint. Yeah, definitely. So Colorado State, once they get quality opportunities, that will give them a chance to be part of the top 25. So yeah, if they beat Alabama, for sure, they'd be in the top 25. Hunter swings it over cross court. 3 balls. Swoosh. That goes down. Tristan Enaruna, a transfer from the Kansas Jayhawks, sinks down to 3, and Fran McCaffrey needs to call another timeout, and he still keeps the Hawkeyes out on the court playing. Under 17 minutes left to go in the second. The Cyclones out to another impressive start in the second half in favor of Iowa State 4-0. Or 7-0. As it updated, 7-0 run in the second half. Man, I can't believe what I'm witnessing tonight. Just Iowa State basketball right back on the map. They're relevant once again. After 2 years of being at the very bottom of the Big 12, here they are once again. Not only top 25, but crushing the competition. Plus 18 in the glass, 33-15 Cyclones. Bohannon inbounds it to the left corner perimeter. Perkins gives it out to the top of the key. Pump fake by Iowa. Takes it right down the lane, and that is the energy that we've yet to see all day until right now. Philip Rebraka, sky high up in the air, throws it down with a right-handed flush. And Iowa State will burn a timeout, 30-second timeout. They know immediately something has changed off of that slam dunk by Rebraka with 16:25 left to play. So the Cyclones burn a timeout. Smart call to call one there. What's good, Brandon? Welcome back to the stream, man. What a game tonight by Iowa State. Isaiah Brockington, 21 points. The top scorer in the game. And this is just a swarming defense that the Cyclones have. Keegan Murray, top scorer at all college basketball. No points, 0 for 8 shooting. Alright, so right now we're just in a timeout. If you guys are new in that stream, hit that thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much for watching tonight, being a part here on the channel. I'm going to give you guys a couple updates going on at the moment. Arizona State leading Grand Canyon 25-20. Gonzaga up by 16 over Merrimack, 52-36. And St. John's leading Monmouth 76-68. Pittsburgh pulls out a 3-point victory over Colgate, 71-68. It's just been impressive from the start how we've seen Iowa State tonight just crash the glass in this game and produce. Control the rebounds. And defensively, they're just swarming to Iowa, cutting off passes, making sure that Iowa isn't able to get away with those cross-court passes that they've been doing so strong throughout the season, moving the ball around. Number 5 scoring offense, averaging 91 points per game, held to just 28 to the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds in the second half. Iowa State back on the rise as a basketball school in what has been a really good top-to-bottom Big 12 conference this season. It's going to be fight and grind and claw throughout the season inside the Big 12 conference because these teams are tough, they are gritty, and they can go up and get rebounds. And we saw a ton of that from Texas Tech, how they controlled the glass and won a couple nights ago versus Tennessee. Iowa State with the ball, plus 18 in the rebound advantage, 3 in the shot clock. They float up the shot off the back rum, no good, tipped around to the near side. They try to get the rebound, diving over the front row seats, but couldn't get to it. Tracking it down was Kunk, and it goes out of bounds by Iowa State. Big 12 proving why they're the deepest conference in college basketball. Big East has looked really solid too, but the Big 12, everybody with a record of 5-3 or greater. Kansas State could have been 6-2 if they won yesterday against Marquette. They narrowly lost. Oklahoma State not playing for much this season, tournament ban. They're at 6-3, and then Texas. Texas is 8th currently in the Big 12. And they had lost today against Seton Hall, but by winning percentage, they are right now number 8 in the Big 12, 6-2 record. That shows how deep the Big 12 is. Baylor and Iowa State both undefeated at 8-0. As we will take another break from the action here. Timeout, media timeout in the court, 16 minutes remaining in the second. So Baylor and Iowa State both undefeated at 8-0. West Virginia winning over UConn yesterday 8-1 record for West Virginia. They won 5 in a row. Kansas, 7-1 record. Texas Tech has a record of 7-1. Knocked off Tennessee back on Tuesday night. TCU, they've got a record of 7-1. They beat Utah yesterday. Oklahoma 7-1 record, or a 7-2 record. They did lose against Butler. Yeah, they lost against Butler in that game. That was kind of shocking, the outcome. It went into overtime. And then Oklahoma State 6-3, Kansas State 5-3. Rebound advantage, it's 33-16 in favor of Iowa State. Top rebounder, there's 2 players with 6 rebounds each. Tyrese Hunter, freshman, top 35 recruit. He has been impressive. Tristan Enaruna, Kansas transfer with 6 rebounds. Top scorers, Isaiah Brockington, a perfect 8 for 8 from the floor with 21. On a whole nother level. And the top scorer, Keegan Murray, 0 for 8, 0 points. Just seems like Brockington and Murray has switched identities tonight in this game. That's how crazy how it is. Iowa State, you can see, just wants it a whole lot more. You can see the grit, the determination, the physicality that Iowa State has put on force tonight. This is quite concerning for Iowa, because the Big Ten Conference is stacked with bigs. They already got crushed in the glass against Kofi Coburn. Coburn had 18 rebounds in the last game that Iowa had played. And how are they going to hold up against other bigs in the conference? Zach Edey, Travion Williams of Purdue, Hunter Dickinson of Michigan. E.J. Liddell of Ohio State. How in the world are they going to be able to show up against the other bigs in the conference if they're struggling to control the glass right now? Because Big Ten has tons of bigs in the conference. 45-28 the score. 16 minutes left to go in the second. We're back to action at the right wing perimeter. Keegan Murray moves out to the top. Rebraca passes left wing perimeter into the hands of Perkins. Moves out back over to the top of the key to Bohannon. Towards his right around the perimeter. Makes the extra pass. Open 3. Hit the rim short. No good. Offensive rebound. Goes to Murray. Puts it up too strong. And he is 0 for 9 shooting tonight. Keegan Murray misses it into the post. And the Cyclones pick up the defensive rebound. They had... It looked like a really good opportunity for a putback. This ball gets deflected, stolen. Murray, another chance, goes for the slam dunk, and he misses it. Keegan Murray, his bodies fly, human dominoes in the court. And he is now 0 for 10 tonight for the top scorer in all college basketball. Bodies come flying, possession arrow, tie up, and this will be Iowa State basketball. It's been that type of night tonight for the Hawkeyes. Bryce, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for being a part of the channel once again, man. Keegan Murray trying to throw down the dunk. And the Cyclones defense making sure that he would not do so. Too strong. Yeah, that should be a good game. Gonzaga, Texas Tech is on the 18th on the Saturday. This ball gets airmailed, but deflected out. Yeah, so will the Bills defense lose points on Sunday? I think so. They're playing against the Bucks. That's going to be I feel like that's going to be a high-scoring game. Buffalo can't run the ball well. The Bucks thrive on stopping the run. It's more through the running backs. Buffalo doesn't have like a strong running game through running backs. Because Josh Allen can sure run. Dual threat quarterback. And then Tampa Bay isn't really a strong rushing team. all the weapons they have in the passing game offensively. 15 minutes left to go in the second. Iowa State has possession, up by 17. They move across court, catch and fire three. Caleb Grill off the back rim, tipped up and soaring, and they can't even get the defensive rebound. In and out of the hands of Connor McCaffrey. Back out to the Cyclones. Open jumper, gets it. Isaiah Brockington up to 23, the game leader, as this crowd goes wild here in Ames, Iowa. 14.5 remaining. At the left corner perimeter, Perkins gives it out around the perimeter, Rebraca. Rebraca towards his left, looks to hand it off. He gives it off to Perkins. Bounce pass underneath. Rebraca out of control, missed the layup. Contacted down to the ground, though, and fouled. And this will be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. Tristan Anaruna picks up the blocking foul. Hey, thanks so much, Bryce. Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'll post in the link if anybody's interested in the membership. Thanks so much for the interest there. It's as low as $1.99 per month, and all the channel members get a shout out at the very end of my live streams. For each and every single one of my live streams I cover, all the channel members get a shout out. I was out last Saturday night, so I didn't watch the game, but I heard about it. Alabama's perimeter was on fire. They got, in my opinion, I think Alabama's got the top perimeter in all college basketball. Yeah, I'm pumped up for 2022 for the tournament. Should be awesome. It's crazy. There's gonna be so many upsets. I feel like this right here is a beginning to a wild season. 1 for 2 at the free throw line for the Hawkeyes by Rebraca. Right corner 3, sinks it. That is number 5, Aljaz Kunk from Washington State, who hits the 3 at the right corner. Iowa in deep trouble. 29 points for the number 5 scoring team in the nation. No answers tonight. Rebraca at the right elbow, bounce pass, terrible decision. It's on the ground. Bohannon turns it over, pass to the wrong player. It's Tyrese Hunter, goes in behind the defense with a right-handed jam. Too much to handle tonight out in Ames for the home team. 13:41 left to go. Iowa State, watch out for them on a whole nother level. Nobody knew, nobody sees where you go. I can be at the top of the Big 12 Conference. Started at the bottom, now we're here. 16-3 run in the last 7 minutes for the Cyclones, as this is a blowout. Yeah, the corn war in this one. Welcome in, Jay Ramirez, in the stream. I think it's actually called the Cy-Hawk rivalry, they call it, because they have the Cy-Hawk trophy they do for football. Man, Iowa's won the last 3 games in this matchup, and here's Iowa State going to change that tonight, looks like, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, Isaiah Brockington has emerged as the number 1 option of Iowa State. 23 points, a perfect 9 for 9 shooting, 2 for 2 from 3-point range. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing tonight. We are witnessing a physical, determined, gritty team that's playing with a chip on their shoulder, making sure that they're not the last place team in their conference. And by far, no way they are. 13:40 left to go. Yeah, I saw that Vaughn took the Broncos defense. I was thinking about taking them, as that's a missed hook shot by the Hawkeyes. Rebound goes to Kunk for Iowa State. They slow down the basketball too. I took this week for fantasy the Chargers defense. I heard that possibly for the Giants they might have Jake Fromm at quarterback. Top of the key, Trey Jackson for Iowa State. Dribbles to the right wing perimeter. He takes the 3-point shot off the back rim, no good. And a rebound picked up. Not many of those tonight, but it's defensive by Chris Murray of Iowa. Bounce past the right baseline to Keegan Murray, yet to score 0 for 10 for the nation's top scorer. They move it back out to Chris Murray, top of the key, over to Ulis. Ulis slides it out, right wing perimeter. Perkins dribbles up down the lane, lobs it over the top. Keegan Murray opportunity, and he finally gets one. Wraparound layup, good. Count it, and 1. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting tournament for sure. So many upsets, I feel like, for this year. Do I think UCLA will beat Marquette on Saturday, then UNC next Saturday? I will say I've got UCLA. I've got a winning this Saturday against Marquette. I'll take UNC for that game. UNC really looked good when I called them against Michigan. I think UNC is being slept on right now, and it's through their guard play. They got one of the top scoring teams nationally. I think they're top 5 in 3-point shooting, right behind Colorado State. It was Purdue who was number 2. Colorado State was 3, and UNC was 4. Left corner 3 goes down by the Cyclones. Number 3, Trey Jackson. That is the 7th made 3 of the night. 12-10 left to go in the second. Keegan Murray moves it outside. It's into the hands of Bohannon. Bohannon hands it off down the lane, dribbles attack, and a blocking foul. Gonna send 2 shots to the line for Iowa. Ooh. I don't believe so for BC UMass because they don't really play each other in football that often because UMass is on the other side of the spectrum, that they're barely staying alive as a FBS school at the moment, being like an independent team. First shot, good, at the line, goes down by Perkins. Yeah, I think it's more... I think it's like Yeah, it's like BC in the cities from... Like the teams near Boston usually have like more of a rivalry with each other. BC and Northeastern, I feel like more for basketball because BC is usually at the bottom of the ACC. So it makes it interesting when other mid-majors play BC because they could actually knock them off. URI did twice. 11:45 left to go. This is a 22-point game. Who in the world would have known Iowa State would be this good this season? As they drive, kick it out to Kalsher, right baseline dribble, bounce pass underneath to a trail. They lost control of it, poked loose from behind, stolen away by Eulis for the Hawkeyes. What's good, Ian? Welcome back in, man. Hope all is going well. This has been a shocking game. Bohannon missed the jumper. Offensive rebound, put back is good, and Keegan Murray trying to see if he can get into Keegan Murray time for the last 11 minutes and 15 seconds. He was held scoreless for the first 30-plus minutes tonight, almost. Cyclones with a quick answer as they right down the lane go and lay it up and in. Underneath, missed shot by Perkins. It gets blocked by Anaruna. Back to Iowa, and we're going to have a media timeout. 11:02 left to go. 57-35 Iowa State. Impressive. Plus 19 on the rebound advantage for the Cyclones. 38-19, doubling what Iowa has on the boards. Yeah, Iowa's owned this matchup. Iowa had that big season last year, basically because of Luka Garza. But they've been pretty good past few seasons. Yeah, Keegan Murray has started to finally get scoring for him. It took him a long time. This has just been such a weird night tonight. Murray's just 2 for 12. He's made his last 2. He's got 4. They just can't get any rebounds. And this is really a concern for Iowa. This is really, really concerning about Iowa because they got crushed in the rebounds. They were minus 29 against Illinois. Kofi Coburn had 18 of those rebounds. And here they are tonight, getting out-rebounded once again. This time they're minus 19, 38-19. And they've had a couple opportunities. They have had a few like ripped away from their hands too. You can just see the whole physicality level between the two teams. Like Iowa State is on the court and just playing a gritty type of game tonight. Yeah, I think he transferred for Chris Herron's son. Chris Herron, actually, he grew up not too far away from me. He grew up like 15, 20 minutes away at one of the local high schools he played. And he actually when I was I think when I was a sophomore in high school, he came to my high school and he did like a motivational speech for everyone. We had like a whole school assembly about it. That was pretty cool. Let's see, Chris Herron Jr. Trying to see what he's been doing. So he had played at Boston College. I think he transferred to San Diego. Huh. So it looks like he transferred, played 4 games last year with San Diego. And then he hasn't played basketball this season. Left the San Diego men's basketball team for personal reasons, according to an article here. Close to home, this article hits. It's on NewportRhode-Island.com. And then Metro West Daily News reporting out that he joined the Alabama... He joined the University of Alabama football team? No way. That's incredible. His name currently appears in the Alabama football roster. That's what he's doing right now. Chris Herron Jr. for Alabama football. See if I can dig more into that. So we get back to action. 11 minutes left to go in the second. Wide receiver in senior year, but it doesn't have any stats for him. Just says he's a senior wide receiver for Alabama. That's all I can get. So he hasn't played any minutes this year. So he hasn't even received a single snap. Murray moves the ball out to the left elbow, backs his way inside. That is Yolish. Cross-court pass over to Keegan Murray. Launches for 3 and missed off the back rim. Defensive rebound picked up by the Cyclones. Iowa State slows it down. They move it around the perimeter. Isaiah Brockington with 23. Pass moved out of bounds. Nobody there in the corner. That's a Cyclone turnover. Yeah, I can't believe they haven't figured that out yet with Joe Judge about Daniel Jones. The kid will always be a kid. Here's Bohannon missing a 3 at the left corner. Deflected out of bounds by Keegan Murray. And this will result in the Cyclones getting the basketball. So this game definitely put everybody on notice that Iowa State is on basketball relevancy. Here's a 2-on-1 off the break, driving down the lane, couldn't finish. Tipped around, tried to get the rebound, wasn't able to. Hawkeyes come up with a basketball. They move it up the court, and a reach and fall committed by the Cyclones. Clock will stop with 10:13. Already a lot of crazy stuff going on tonight in college basketball. Ron Harper Jr., 30 points, 10 rebounds, buzzer-beating half-court shot to win the game for Rutgers, 70-68 over number 1 Purdue. 10 minutes left to go. Iowa State by 22. Isaiah Brockington, 23 points. Keegan Murray went 30 minutes in this game scoreless. Here's a pass deflected. And going in for the slam dunk, that is Chris Murray, who throws it down. Avery, welcome to the stream. This is stunning tonight. 9:40 left to play. Timeout taken by Iowa State. And the Cyclones with 1 timeout left, Iowa with 2. As we go on a timeout break. This is something that, if you looked at the schedule in the preseason, you would have never thought that this would be the result right now. Iowa State up by 20 points with 9:40 left to play in the second half. The Cyclones entered this season dead last in the Big 12. The Big 12 is stacked. Top to bottom, much better than last season when Iowa State and K-State really struggled. And then TCU had kind of like an up and down type of season. And other than that, everybody else from the conference was able to get in. But, man, this year, this conference is something special. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both tonight. The top scorer for Iowa State's yet to miss. This defense for Iowa State, like, take away from this game, it just looks legit. Iowa's really going to figure it out with the rebounding, because the big key in this game tonight, they're getting destroyed in the glass. 40 rebounds for the Cyclones, just 21 by Iowa State. Iowa State gets the inbound, 9:20 remaining. 20-point game. They push the ball cross court into the hands of Kalshar, moves it out top of the key to Kunk. Now it goes right wing perimeter, Brockington. Brockington defended by Bohannon. Crossover, takes the 3, misses his first shot of the game as it goes as an air ball, and it sails out of bounds. I think they're going to tie the series up for Duke UNC. I think both of them probably going to... Actually, UNC can score. Duke's got a really good defense. They're primarily led around defense. Probably going to go into the 70s both of the times for those two playing each other, because they will have to balance out. Probably like mid... Thinking like mid to high 70s. Iowa gets the inbound. Chris Murray bounce pass over to his brother. Keegan throws it down. Two-handed jam. As we are back from the timeout as well. 57-39. With 8:43 left to go. Keegan Murray, huge jam. It's a blocking foul picked up on... Or no, it's not going to be a blocking foul. It's on Iowa with a foul they picked up after the whistle was blown. They picked up a foul assessed to Patrick McCaffrey. So yeah, I think UNC is going to split against Duke. And it will be the home team winning both of the games if I had to predict. Cyclones get the inbound in their backcourt. 8:40 left to play. And this pass deflecting the far side, intercepted by Iowa. Launching a 3 quickly. Bohannon hits it. They're going to have to go on a massive run right now to make this game close. 8:25 left to go. It's a 7-zip run by the Hawkeyes. Pass ahead. Dangerous. Dump off underneath, though, and Iowa State able to break the half-court trap. They score. Aljaz Kunk for 2. Pushing tempo, Hawkeyes, left corner 3, missed off the mark by Bohannon. Offensive rebound, 15-footer taken, missed off the back rim again by Bohannon. Stares to the ball as Keegan Murray couldn't come down with a rebound and gets called for the fall, and that will be his third. It was Brockington who was able to pick up the defensive rebounds. A lot of things going on right there. Bohannon took a 3 and made it the possession prior, but missed a 3-point shot at the corner wide open and missed the follow off of his own rebound at the free throw circle. And that is now foul number 7 by Iowa as a team in the second half. And that means that the Cyclones are in the bonus. 5 personal fouls picked up in the second half by Iowa State. Number 20, Peyton Sandfort, freshman, 6'7", from Hawkeyes, Iowa, checks into the game. And it looks like Jordan Bohannon will head to the bench. So, dearly missing Luka Garza. Even though big scoring numbers picked up this season by Keegan Murray, they are really undersized in the front court. Missed free throw, no good in the bonus for the Cyclones. Under 8 minutes left to go. Sanford hands it over around the perimeter. They move the ball to the right elbow to Patrick McCaffrey. Dumps it off underneath. Missed layup by Sanford and stolen away in the rebound by Brockington. Brockington on a mission, driving Euro step, kick out left corner, 3 in the air. Jackson off the front rim, no good. Defensive rebound picked up by the Hawkeyes. Over to Sanford. Lobs it off to Keegan Murray and a foul. It's going to be on Iowa. Or it's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a turnover by Iowa. Lob too tall out of bounds. 7:28 left to go. Media timeout taken on the court, and the Cyclones by 17 for the number 17 ranked team in the nation. Alright, if you guys are doing the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. This score is stunning tonight. Number 5 offense in college basketball getting shut down against Iowa State in this game. Iowa State coming in more of a defensive loaded type of team. Yeah, for sure, Harry, I do. So yeah, me and my girlfriend's been talking about it. Obviously, not right now, but of course in the future. Both of us are trying to get settled down. She got accepted into grad school a couple weeks ago, so she starts off her master's program in January, and then eventually, me and her, we both want to see if we can find a place or so and move in together. I've been over a lot on the weekends with her, so that's why I haven't been streaming as much on the weekends lately, because the team that I'm announcing for is an hour away from me, and it's up in the city that she lives, actually. So I usually announce the games up at the college, and then I go visit her and then spend the night over, and then go back usually on the Sunday during the afternoon. Yeah, it doesn't shock me there. Kirk Cousins throws the interception. Let's see what we got for a football score. 29-7. Minnesota over Pittsburgh. Dalvin Cook with 18 carries, 179 rushing yards. Gonzaga pulling away against Merrimack, 80-55. Chet Holmgren with 15 points and 15 rebounds. St. John's defense, this is quite a concern. They gave up 83 tonight against Monmouth. I know they had a lot of trouble last year defensively, and once again, it's been the same problem. 88-83, the final score. St. John's able to pull out a 5-point victory. Yeah, I looked at how I'm doing so far, and it's not too well. I only got 13 points combined between Cousins and Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I try to avoid players playing in Thursday night games for that reason, but I've been really thin as far as a couple positions, so I had to just throw them in there and see how it goes for this type of week. But usually it's tough. It's one player goes off and you don't know who that player could be. It could be a random player that's on the waivers. That's how Thursday night games have gone this season. Pass deflected, far side out of bounds. It will stay Iowa State basketball with 7:20 left to play. Yeah, I haven't thought of it about yet. What to name my children. Something obviously that would have to be talked upon years down the road. Driving, Hunter, kick out, left corner, 3 in the air. Brockington connects. That goes down, 20-point lead once again for the Cyclones with 7 minutes left to play. Isaiah Brockington on a whole nother level tonight. 26 points, the top scorer, jumper, good by Perkins to the left baseline. It seems like Brockington and Keegan Murray have completely changed identities. If I just woke up today, never even watched a single game of college basketball, I could have told you based on this game that I would have thought Isaiah Brockington is the nation's top scorer, not Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray's only got six points tonight in 32 minutes. This ball gets stolen away at the corner. Iowa comes out with a steal. Left corner 3 up in the air. Keegan Murray's way off the mark. Had an open look. Offensive rebound. His brother Chris couldn't put it up and through. Missed it off the front rim. Defensive rebound by the Cyclones. And contacted by Chris Murray from behind down on the ground. It's going to be 1-on-1 bonus time by ISU. .6:13 left to go. Gabe Kalisher, transfer from Minnesota. He's got 6 points tonight, shooting 1-on-1 bonus at the free throw line. First shot by Kalisher, that is good. Second free throw knocks it down. Thinking about it, the Buffalo Bills have a record right now of 7-5. They might miss the playoffs. They got the Bucks this week. They have the Patriots the day after Christmas. With those 2 games, that could be 7-7. That was a huge game that they couldn't afford to lose at home in those conditions. They just couldn't stop the Patriots' run on Monday. It's going to be a charge by multiple teams to see if they can get to that final playoff spot. They should be able to beat the Panthers and the Falcons and the Jets. It could very well look 3-2 the rest of the stretch. That will put them at 10-7. That's tight for making the playoffs. That would be a no there, Vaughn. I think I'm all set with Clemson. I heard that Washington-Gonzaga's game, that got canceled and it's not going to be made up. Washington had already forfeited one of their games. Iowa shooting 2 at the free throw line. First one good by Jordan Bohannon. Second free throw hits it. Inbound by Kalisher. Finds it on the far side. They take it up the court. Brockington is double teamed. They've been able to do a great job breaking it. Now they got space from the top to the right corner. Jab step Hunter towards his left around the perimeter. Tyrese Hunter. Defended at the edge of the logo by Yolis. 10 on the shot clock. Hunter dribbles up. Top of the key. They pass it around, swinging it down and throw down. Connection number 2 and number 4. Caleb Grill and George Condit the 4th. On the connection right there, Grill with assist. Condit the 4th with a throwdown. Two-handed jam behind the defense. Hawkeyes having a lot of trouble tonight defending inside the interior. Hitting a three, it's Keegan Murray at the right corner. 5 minutes left to play. Cyclones smelling the W. They've lost the last 3 straight games against their rival non-conference Hawkeyes. Here they go, breaking the tap, lobs it over the top, and that's a two-handed throwdown. George Condon the fourth receiving the pass from Tyrese Hunter for the alley-oop jam. Ball on the ground. Iowa State picks it up, and Fall picked up on the court with 4:32 left to go. Yeah, so Washington's game against Gonzaga this week, or it's on Sunday. That game has been canceled altogether. And yeah, Washington. So that was the game. It was against UCLA. Washington. That game resulted in a forfeit by Washington. That's the first forfeit of the season. I think they really need to look at a coaching change for Washington. That's devastating. They haven't been good for quite a while. They went to the tournament. They went with to the tournament when they had Matisse Thybulle back in 2019. Yeah, so they had a forfeit against UCLA. And then they had a game postponed against Arizona. And now they have the game on Sunday postponed, or it's been canceled against Gonzaga. They will not play that game. So the annual Gonzaga-Washington game that they usually play for an in-state battle, that will not get played as Iowa State straight down the lane, throwing it down with a huge two-handed dunk. And it's 70-51 with 4 minutes left to go. This ball gets stolen on the court. Cyclones force the tie-up possession arrow as the referees have to come in. Iowa State. Iowa State came into this game number 13 in steals per game. 5 steals tonight, generating 10 turnovers, above the season average for Iowa, which, guess what? Iowa was the number 1 team entering this matchup in fewest turnovers per game this season. Iowa State needs to be looked out and monitored this season as a very dangerous team. This game right here just put them on the map. Absolutely dangerous. Holy smokes. Isaiah Brockington, what we saw tonight, a coming out party by him. 28 points, knocking down 11 shots out of 12 attempts in this game. 43-27 on the glass in favor of the Cyclones. Man, what a smackdown. Gee. Lakers didn't do so hot tonight. Let's see what we got in the NBA. Jazz beat the Sixers 118-96. Grizzlies won by 13 over the Lakers 108-95. And then Spurs beat the Nuggets 123-111. And welcome to the stream, man. It's been crazy everything going on. Both of the New Jersey teams pulling off big upsets tonight. Rutgers and Seton Hall. And this game has been another one of those games tonight. 4 minutes left to go. If you guys are doing the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for watching tonight, being a part here of the channel. And this has been quite the surprise this season. Iowa State built of multiple transfers. And you can see they just wanted more. They know how much this game means to them for Iowa State. Multiple transfers. Isaiah Brockington from Penn State. Gabe Kalsher from Minnesota, Tristan Enaruna from Kansas, who was basically a bench player at Kansas, and now here he is as a starter. In this game, he's the top rebounder, or number three rebounder now, but he was the top rebounder throughout most of the game. He's got 6 rebounds. 8 rebounds by Brockington, the top rebounder, also got 28 points. He's been the one that's taken over. Yeah, I think everybody got Iowa State wrong. After tonight's game, this really proves something. This is the first out of 6 games Iowa State will have on their home court. Iowa State, Arizona, Wisconsin. It's also been a shocking type of team this season. Florida was until their Texas Southern loss. This is Iowa State's schedule coming up. Can't get any more easier than this. At home against Jackson State, Southeast Louisiana, and Chicago State. Those are single buck tickets for those games. That's the remaining 3 games in the month of December. Iowa State's going to be 12-0, entering Big 12 play. 3:50 remaining. Cyclones, open pathway, driving, wraparound layup, no good off the back rim, offensive rebound, 1 dribble. Kauscher gets it blocked from behind out of bounds, and it will still stay Cyclones basketball. And then the conference schedule, once they get to it, is fully loaded. Their first 2 games are at home, though. They're hosting Baylor on the 1st of the new year, and then they're hosting Texas Tech, at Oklahoma, at Kansas, at home against Texas on the 15th of January, at Texas Tech again on the 18th of January, and then schedule gets a little bit more lighter at the end of the month as they host TCU January 22nd, at Oklahoma State on the 26th, and they're hosting Missouri on the 29th. So that's the Big 12 SEC Challenge game, Saturday the 29th, and they draw Missouri. Shot to the corner, skips off the rim out of bounds, and it will stay Hawkeyes ball. Yeah, I actually wasn't shocked that UConn lost. UConn was without their top two players on their team, and they were on the road at West Virginia. Pump fake, open 3. Chris Murray missed off the mark, no good. Yeah, can't get any easier than that, especially when you see a Chicago State pop up in your schedule. Iowa struggled from 3 tonight, just 21% from the outside, 5 for 24. Iowa State hasn't had the best shooting night either, just 46%, but able to just get second chance points. That's been the big key all game long. Here they go again, another offensive rebound, step back outside the perimeter, taking a 3, missed by Brockington. Brockington made the first 9 shots he took tonight. Pass ahead, deflected out by Hunter. 2:27 remaining. This has been a wacky season of wacky things happening, and this has been one of those. Right now, off the inbound, Bohannon pump fake and try to clear space and steps out of bounds. Turnover Hawkeyes. It's just been that type of game tonight for Iowa. Cyclones look to get the inbound. They will. Cook puts the ball in the backcourt to Brockington. Puts it past half court to Hunter. Hunter extra pass left corner. Back out to Hunter as they will slow it down. 15 on the shot clock, 2:10 left to go on the game clock here in Ames, Iowa. So the fans have not left their seat. They are rocking. 3 straight victories by the Hawkeyes in this rivalry matchup. But tonight it will belong to the Cyclones. Airmail pass. Watch out, cameraman. As that floats right to the cameraman off the top. Just over his head, and it goes out of bounds. Minute 50 left to go. Perkins passes out the left wing. Bounce pass looking for Keegan Murray, deflected out by Brockington. Brockington so hungry. 28 points, 11 for 14 from the floor, 35 minutes tonight, giving it his all on the court. Type of revenge game for Brockington. Former Big Ten player. Played at Penn State. Iowa turns it over off a cutter pass off the fingertips and out of bounds. 1:40 remaining. Driving. Missed the layup. Heavy contact. No foul call though. Iowa gets the ball back. Bohannon has it around the perimeter. Moves it out. Catch and fire. 3 off the rim. Way short. No good. And it goes out of bounds. It was a miss by Patrick McCaffrey. He also bobbled the ball out. Wow. Vikings up 29-20 with 12:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. And Pittsburgh trying to come back. Kick out to the right corner. 3 off front rim. Missed by Kunk. Offensive rebound, as that has been the story of the whole game. 1 minute left to play. 50-30, the rebound advantage. 3-point shot from deep, no good, and another offensive rebound by Brockington as Brockington gets fouled with 45.7. Iowa really needs to find some front court rebounding help, or it's going to be a long season, especially in a Big Ten of loaded big men. Last 2 games, Iowa is a -49 on the glass. Isaiah Brockington has a double-double. He's got 28 points, 10 rebounds now. Brockington at the free throw line shooting 2. First one good. Things that you would have never have thought about. If I looked at the schedule in the preseason, told you that Iowa State would win this game, as they're up by 22, 73-51. 3-point shot taken by Iowa off the back rim, no good. Putback is good, though, by Chris Murray. If I told you that they'd win by 20, you'd be like, are you even serious? You gotta be kidding me. And tonight, Cyclones come in as the underdog still. And they're 30 seconds away from pulling out the victory as they just hold the ball in their own hands. This whole crowd up on its feet. And basketball, once again, relevant in Ames, Iowa. Number 17 ranked Iowa State, picking up their 5th victory of the season over a major conference opponent. And they do it with ease in their rivalry game. 73-53. Shot clock goes off with 5.3 seconds. Iowa gets the inbound, takes a 3. Too strong off the glass, no good, and that is the final. Iowa State winning by 20 over Iowa. The number 5 scoring team in the nation. The Hawkeyes held at just 53 as they came into this game averaging over 90. Unbelievable. I saw on the line for this game that Iowa was the favorite heading in. Yeah, Iowa turned out to be a 5-point favorite entering this matchup here. What a game. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to go Kentucky in that one against Ohio State. Just crazy tonight. Iowa State back on the map, winning by 20 over Iowa. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. We're going to close out to the channel members. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. All channel members get a shout out at the end of every single one of my live stream. So you have Jason, Aaron, Man and Hayes, Cindy, Rajeep, All That Deuce, Russell, D-Block, C-Dub 2K, BP Greg, James, Magic, Oreo Pudding, Reezer, Bino, Mark, Kelly, Mike, Rashad, John, Jessica Barco, Stephanie, Ahino Josa, Elkie and Gia for 90, Maurice, Christian, Keith, Woody, Warren, Rodolfo, Kit Lorenz, Pamela, Oscar, Isaiah, I Am Ghost, member from Taiwan, Don, Mr. Mundre, Alden, Abdurrahman, Patrick, and Juan Ishmael. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining in. Iowa State wins by 20, final score 73-53, and enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.